I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I have one last question. So you said in your book that you still think you would be one hell of a president, and of Democratic voters, only around 25% want to see President Biden run again in 2024. I know you said you're not.
Just to be clear, I didn't say that second part. That's
Yeah, that's correct. The second part is my addition there. But clearly the party is looking for new leaders. I know you said that you are not running for anything right now and are not necessarily interested in it, but do you think you might be ready to step back into that ring come 2 years from now?
no. But that's not because I'm not ready. Like, I could run for president right now. I think I'd do a pretty good job. I could, if I got elected, be president right now. I want to be clear about that. And the reason it's, and people hear me say that and they say, oh, well, Kander is making sure that he preserves the opportunity. No, no, no. I know that when people look at me, what they are seeing is PTSD a lot of the time. And I want to make sure that people understand that the reason I say, look, I could still run for president and be president if I wanted to, is because I want to make sure that when people are hiring a combat veteran or somebody else who has sustained trauma, who has PTSD, that they don't get the message of that person can't do the job. That person can do the job. I can do that job if that's what I choose to do. It's just not the part of my life that I'm in. I spent a lot of time, a lot of years, thinking obsessively about the future because I was not having a good time in the present. I had intrusive memories and disruptive thoughts, and I was having nightmares every night, and felt like I was in danger all the time. And I wanted to avoid that. I wanted to avoid what was going on in my mind, and so I would plan out the future and I'd think about the future. That's not what's going on with me anymore. To be in a phase of post-traumatic growth means I'm really enjoying my life. And the other thing that's changed for me is I used to feel, and this is common to people who have experienced trauma, a need to redeem myself. I didn't feel good about who I was as a person. And that meant that I felt like I had to go and do things in order to prove to myself that I wasn't irredeemable. I felt like I hadn't done enough. I don't feel that way anymore. I feel like I've done enough. I feel like America and I are square. I still do things for my country, but I don't do them because I think I have to. I do them when I want to, when it's something I care about. But the difference is I actually think that I have now earned the right to enjoy my life and to be with my family and to do the things I want to do. And I'm very blessed in that I still have quite a platform. And I have something I want to say, I can go on TV and I can say it, and then I can go coach Little League. And if I were to run for president or to accept a cabinet position or whatever, I couldn't do both those things. But I want to do both those things. And at some point, I may have the desire enough to do that I'm willing to put part of that aside and do it. I would imagine if I do, it'll be when my kids are older. And it'd be a journey or an adventure that my wife and I would take on together. But that's definitely not going to happen in the next couple of years.